I'm going to turn our program on.
Sounds glorious.
Look at all the hunky boys.
Not people, brains.
Stop your grinning and drop your linen. Found them.
Where's your pass? Screw your pass.
Due to the recent events that have occurred, effective immediately, all classes are suspended until further notice.
Welcome. You're listening to Students of Horror, where we don't claim to be authorities on the subject,
but students of the genre, expanding our studies one movie at a time.
Our assignment for this episode is 2012's Prometheus, as we study the subject of franchises. Thanks so much for joining our study session. Roll call. Sam.
Sup.
He is present. I, Bri, and present as well. And unfortunately, Ross is not here again. He found some drawings in like a cave when he moved up to Canada. He's been investigating that, and we'll hear back from him. I think he said something about a space trip.
He's going to meet our creator.
We're a little worried.
Yeah.
More importantly than that, you heard we said franchises. You know this is in the alien world. That means we're welcoming back our besties with the mesties. Chesties. Cody and Sergio, help me avoid this awkward intro.
We are so happy to be here. We're pumped for this one for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like refreshed. We got like HD quality.
Yeah. It's a different feel for sure.
I'm ready to talk about tall, muscly people.
But enough about me.
Oh,
hey. Awesome.
The Horror Bandwagon. Check out the Horror Bandwagon on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's us.
You know how to get them. Watch those reactions. They're a good time. We'll put links to all their stuff in the show description below, of course.
Before we continue, I must take a moment to thank our study buddies, whose generous support keeps the club strong for just $3 a month.
Want to support us in other ways? Go ahead and subscribe, rate, review, comment, and share the show. Jump into our free Discord as well. It's free for everyone. We hang out and talk about these movies and many more. Look for that in the show description below. Now, with all students present, the exchange students welcomed, and the study buddies avowed, it's time to crack open the goo book and officially begin tonight's meeting.
Give me that goo.
I feel like we should just, like, anytime they're on, you should just give us a live one.
Oh,
honestly, yeah. Just give me the finger wag, and
sure,
I'll do it.
All right, Prometheus.
The goo wag.
The goo wag, ooh wag. Following clues to the origin of mankind, a team finds a structure on a distant moon, but they soon realize they are not alone.
Of course.
I mean, they're kind of hoping they're not
typical.
alone. There's a whole reason they're going out to do this.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. So I guess
if they're alone.
Yeah.
All right, taglines, got a bunch. Here they come. The search for our beginning could lead to our end.
Mm-hmm.
They went looking for our beginning. What they found could be our end.
Okay, we're getting complicated.
We came from them. They will come for us.
Oh.
We are all born of giants.
Okay.
Wait, what?
We got more. This was the most taglines I've ever seen for a movie.
Oh.
I've never seen so many.
Do not question the creator. In the heavens, they found hell. Search for life. Pray for death. And welcome to immortality.
These are like 17 different movies. Like,
right? Maybe that's why there's so many.
Yeah,
they were like just trying everything out.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for something like, on this other alien planet, no one can hear you scream because they're all still asleep. Like,
right. Well, maybe we'll get there.
Yeah.
Discover what mankind was never meant to see. The origin of man is not on Earth. Fear your maker. The director of the original Alien takes you back to the beginning.
I kind of like that one the best so far.
Yeah.
How about everything has a beginning?
Okay.
Creation begins 06, 08, 12. I was just letting you know when it's coming out.
I feel like including the date in your tagline has really only worked for the Omen remake in 2006. And that is
Oh, when it
I
came
think-
out on 666.
Oh, was it a
Yes,
666
I think that's the
one?
only acceptable use of a date
Hell
in
yeah.
a tagline.
I forgot that happened.
Yeah, unless no, I don't know how you make 69.
Well, what about
420 work.
2012? Did the movie 2012 come out in 2012?
Wait, did it?
I don't know.
It should have.
I can't recall.
Yeah, yeah.
It should. Like, what's
The
going on?
fact that it should have probably means that it did
It probably
not have.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Almost certainly.
The truth is not of this world, and prepare for the dawn of creation.
This is like cult language. Like everyone is joining a cult with these taglines.
I know, like we've heard some fun taglines in some of the other movies here, but I feel like at least half of these are completely divorced from this actual like movie and what is happening in it.
Some of them for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
They found some words they liked and moved them around.
Yeah.
The heaven and hell one, I think, takes me out a little.
Yeah.
The heaven and hell one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even. Yeah. In the heavens, they found hell.
I feel like we're reaching a
Let's
little.
keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
the dawn
more.
of creation.
Oh my god!
Are you kidding
Seek and
me?
you shall find. They are perfect. Death has a beginning.
God is unknown. They are real. Get back to the ship. There are places where life should not exist.
Stop.
They aren't after you. They are inside you.
Oh, wait, no, that one's creepy, actually.
They are us. Nothing and no one but them.
That one's creepy, but doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what that means.
They're drunk.
Nothing and no one
They're
but them.
drunk.
Like, I want that. That intrigues me, but it does nothing for this movie. That's it.
Mhm,
We finally
mhm.
finished after all of those.
We hit it. Yeah.
Good job, guys. That was hell a lot.
And normally sometimes we'll get like a list of 10 or so, and I'll just whittle out some of the crappy whatever ones. But I'm like,
Mhm.
this has so many. I feel like we just need to do them all because that's ridiculous.
I'm glad for the commitment because
Yeah,
that was a journey.
Yeah,
sure was. All right. Movies are made by people. The people that made this movie are directing is done by Ridley Scott. And it was written by John Spates and Damon Lindelof.
That is correct. Ridley Scott, we may recall, did the first Alien movie when we first started covering this franchise. Also known for Blade Runner and upcoming film Alien Covenant.
That is correct, Sam. John Spates, the
Thank
writer, also did The Mummy from 2017. That was the Tom Cruise one. And
Never saw that one.
Neither did I.
Believe it or not.
it's definitely one you want to put on your resume. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
And Damon Lindelof also did Cowboys and Aliens from 2011 and World War Z, at least the screenplay from 2013.
Mhm.
Oh.
And was either the Lost Show, I think he was the Lost showrunner or Lost, it was something to do with Lost, big name on writing for the TV show Lost. Some of our key players in the film are Numi Rapace, seems like a proper way to say it, as Elizabeth Shaw. She was the girl with the dragon tattoo. She was also in Rupture, Lamb, and You Won't Be Alone.
Yeah, her big thing was the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo trilogy or whatever.
Yeah,
it
she
is,
was the girl.
with
yeah.
Oh,
said
nice.
tattoo of a dragon.
Mhm. I want to see Lamb. I haven't, but I've heard
So
it's
do
good.
I. It's been on my list for a long time, and I've just never
Same.
pulled the trigger. Michael Fassbender is David. He was also in Eden Lake, Blood Creek. Do you think Blood Creek
Whoa.
flows into Eden Lake?
Yeah, it could be the prequel.
Oh, we need to watch that one.
We do.
Everyone's scared for us to watch it. Eden Lake. I didn't know he was in it.
I haven't actually seen it myself. It's also Jack O'Connell, I believe.
Yeah.
From
there
Sinners
too?
and 20 years later, I think.
And also Alien Covenant for Fassbender. We also have Charlize Theron as Meredith Vickers. Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest from 1995 she was in, but obviously a lot of
Nice.
other stuff. Just not much
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Sci-fi stuff. and
Reindeer
adjacent.
games.
Oscar Award winner.
Monster. That's right.
Aeon Flux,
Mad Max.
Furry Road.
Something like that.
She was in Snow White and the
Fast and
Huntsman.
Furious.
There you go.
Hey,
Good
here's
job,
a little
Alice.
tidbit. What, do you think I recognize her when I see her in movies?
Oh, no. I would say no.
No, I do not.
What?
I feel like Charlize Theron is one of the like few actors that I do consistently recognize.
Like,
and
that's her?
Like terrible celebrity face blindness.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it's as bad as Sam's. Trust me.
okay, so who else is in this movie? Idris Elba as Janik. He's in 28 Weeks Later, The Reaping, Prom Night, and Beast. Beast has a pretty fun scene. That's all I'll say about that.
Oh.
Guy Pearce as Peter Wayland. He was in Ravenous. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
It took me this long to realize that Guy Pearce was Peter Wayland.
All done up in makeup to be old. Yeah.
I remember seeing his name during a reaction, and I was like, at the end, to myself, was like,
who was he?
Was he in the movie?
Was he the alien? Was he one of those big muscly guys?
The big muscly guys.
No, I get it. Brimstone, Alien Covenant, The Seventh Day, Sunrise, and The Shrouds.
Ooh. That's correct, Sam. Logan Marshall Green as Charlie Holloway was in Devil, The Invitation, and Titan coming. Titan, I think, is 2026 coming out. Sean Harris as Fifield was in a movie called Creep, not like
but
Creep.
Not Creep, right?
Not
exactly.
actual
Not the Mark Duplass Creep.
Yes,
Got
correct.
it.
Trauma, Isolation, Native Son, Deliver Us from Evil, Possum, and The Banishing.
Wait,
He was in Possum?
who? Sean Harris?
Yeah.
Fifield, yeah, he's like the Scottish guy.
We just
with the
watched
tattoo on
Possum
his
for
head.
our Patreon. Oh, is he the main dude? Oh, yes, he is.
I'm not familiar.
It's weird, but it's a good weird. We liked it. We definitely recommend watching it.
We have Rafi Spall as Milburn, Shaun of the Dead, Dracula, Harry Prince Ghost Hunter, and The Ritual. Eamon Elliott as Chance, who was in Black Death and Old, and Benedict Wong making an appearance as Ravel. He was in Annihilation, Weapons, and Rock Springs. Just a new one.
Lastly, we have Kate Dickey as Ford, has been in a lot. Outcast, Native Son, The Vavitch, Prevenge, Get Duped, Shepherd, Raven's Hollow, Matriarch, Nettle Day, Honey Bunch, and soon to come out of Werewolf.
Ooh.
Get Duke's a fun one.
Who is the horror forward?
First up, what subgenre does Prometheus fit into? Sci-fi alien?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
usual
don't know if there's
Religious?
much more to it.
space adventure. Is that the same thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's a heavy sci-fi. I mean, obviously it has kind of some tense moments, but it feels like it's one of the most sci-fi of this
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
bunch.
It's not as like action oriented as the last couple in the franchise have been.
Definitely
There's
not.
action in it, but I think that we rightfully classified Alien 3 and Alien 4 as. Oh no, this is Alien 4. We
No, this
This
is
is
Alien
Alien
5.
Five.
I'm losing it. We rightly classified the last two movies as primarily action movies that have some aliens in them.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is
Yeah,
not
the
quite
last
like
three
that.
movies. Yeah, no, this is goes back to the slow burn, you could say,
Mm-hmm.
It's trying.
of the original.
Yeah.
It's trying. Do we have any trigger warnings for this assignment?
I put
Yes.
vomit because that
Yes.
happens
Oh,
as soon
yeah.
as they come out of like hyperspace,
Sure.
which is pretty quickly.
Pregnancy stuff.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Tentacles.
Oh, tons of
Yes.
tentacles. Orifices. Is that the word? Orifices?
Orify.
Orify. Things
Yeah.
that open.
Mhm.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and like all alien things, something growing inside you. If you get it, I mean, that's the
Yep.
point of a lot
What's
of
the
this.
fear of tall, like big things?
Tall
or
phobia.
Oh, I don't know. Fear of tall things?
Megalophobia, I think. Is that what it is?
Yeah, megalophobia. Way to go. Do you think this would please a gorehound? I'd say no.
No.
Yeah, I would say no.
And is this an intro to horror movie or is it an upper level class?
I think it's probably closer on the intro side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I don't. Yeah,
there's
I
not much.
mean, I guess it does
horror.
get.
I mean,
that's the bigger thing is like, is it even really horror? It seems more sci-fi than horror.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the first one I still feel like is a horror movie.
I think this just has like
both.
a little bit of like scary moments, but yeah, not classified under it.
Sure.
Yeah. So it could be, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Perfect. Spoiler zone. Starting off with IMDb behind the scenes, composer Mark Streitenfeld had the orchestra play his composition backwards and then digitally reverse the compositions for the final film. This made the music sound unusual and unsettling, which he felt was right for the film. Did the score stand out to you?
Nope.
I mean, as you're saying that, no, I don't particularly remember like.
Which is funny because some of the score I felt like didn't fit the vibe. There was some like very like positive,
some stuff that kind of took you out,
adventure like score where I was like, I feel too. I don't know.
I mean,
out of place with that.
That I agree with you that's like the one like main theme that I feel like we kept coming back to, which is like that hopeful, like we're exploring a new planet. This could be the answer to all of our questions. Like that sort of vibe of music that like it kept coming back over and over. It felt like, we were watching a like show in a planetarium. Like that's the music vibe that I was getting.
Yeah,
this is a planetarium movie. Nice. Mm-hmm. I like planetariums.
I mean, we did kind of go into a giant planetarium at one point.
Yeah.
For the alien planet, creatures and technology director Ridley Scott instructed the design team to aim for a look that could logically come from the original Alien, thus not to rely too heavily on Swiss artist H.R. Geiger's famous original planet and xenomorph designs.
Oh.
However, almost all the team's drawings eventually contain subconscious Geiger-esque embellishments, while also drawing inspiration from several unused Geiger designs for Alien. In the end, it was decided to invite Geiger himself to come over, who approved of the use of his old ideas and gave additional input on reverse engineering his original designs for the new film.
Cool.
Glad he came by and was like,
yeah. It seems like a lot. Yeah. I mean, they're like, listen, we want you to do like a pre-version of this. And then they do it and they're like, oh, it still kind of looks like the thing. And you're like, yeah. Like,
you know
then
what?
You asked me to do a version that would end up as that. What do you want from me?
It's just a complicated way of just like, just do it. Just get inspired.
Right. So it's like the score.
Artwork.
You're going to play the music backwards and then we're going to record it and reverse it.
It's like, dude, it could be so simple.
Okay. Yeah.
Not this movie. This movie is the opposite of simple.
Sir Ridley Scott named the film Prometheus, seeing the name aptly fit the film's themes. It's the story of creation, the gods, and the man who stood against them. In Greek mythology, the Titan Prometheus was an immortal servant of the gods who stole and gave them to mankind the gift of fire, an immeasurable benefit that changed the human race forever, for better or for worse, and made mankind dangerous to the gods. That's some editorializing by the person who put this in there.
That's IMDb. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, this is supposed to have just a lot of the themes of God and meeting your creator and what does that mean and this and that.
I'm a robot, I guess. I'll put it that way.
Sam's a robot.
So
relates towards the end of the movie. We're in the spoilers, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
When I think, what's his name? David.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, what? Something about like, why do you want to meet them? Or he doesn't care about meeting them or something, meeting a creator. She's like, that's why I'm human and you're not, or something like that to him. And I'm like, well, damn, I guess I'm a robot too. Cause like, I don't.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
It's very funny because like hearing that is not really what I focused on. I was still very into like the sci-fi portion of it and not the like creator
philosophical
because I felt like I think that was specifically for David, but also David was pissing me off. So I like kind of really didn't focus on his intentions a lot of that because he was very like, what's going on? Where am I from? And stuff like that. But everyone else. I'm like, hey, how about we focus on what's going on here?
I mean, I will say that I don't actually know that like the myth of Prometheus is really that related to what happens in this movie. I would make an
Agreed.
argument to say that like it would be much more Promethean if what happened is that like one of the engineers gave us as humans a xenomorph to use against them. That would be more like fitting with Prometheus, but just like us seeking out our creation and then they decide that they're gonna try to actually destroy Earth after all. That's not kind of related to Prometheus at all, actually.
Yikes.
Good point.
Charlize Theron was originally cast as Elizabeth Shaw, but had to decline the role due to scheduling conflicts. Later, another change in schedule freed Theron to do the film, and that allowed her to take the role of Meredith Vickers, as Numi had already taken the role of Shaw.
Interesting.
So she was in and out, so she was originally going to be like the star.
Right.
I think she did fine.
I mean, I think she did great. I really, I mean, I can't think of a movie where I didn't like her performance in it. But
Snow
I
White
can't,
and the Huntsman. No,
I mean, I haven't seen it, so, but I cannot imagine her as Shaw in this movie. I think that like she's more fitting for the role that she had.
Yeah.
Sure. Somebody who can come out of cryo sleep and just start banging out push-ups. Meanwhile, other people are vomiting.
Seriously.
Prior to the film's release, Sir Ridley Scott said that he was open to the possibility of an extended director's cut, similar to several of his films for which he created altered versions. However, just before the DVD and Blu-ray release, Scott indicated that he declined the studio's offer that would allow him to make a longer version, as he considers the theatrical version his preferred cut of the movie.
Great.
I hear that as him saying it's long enough already.
Like, you know what?
Can I trim it?
We were about to text you guys because we were like, is there a director's cut that we don't know about this one? Because there's been one for every single one.
Right. I know, or
version.
special edition or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm kind of glad that it was kind of straightforward. Like, this is what it is. Is the next one? Do we know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Was originally conceived as a prequel to Alien, but Scott announced his decision to turn it into an original film with Noomi Rapace still in the cast as one of the 5 main characters. Sometime later, it was confirmed that while the movie would take place in the same universe as Alien and greatly reference that movie, it would mostly be an original movie, not a direct prequel. Now, there was a lot of this about like Ridley Scott seemingly really wanted to keep like it really kind of separate from Alien. And like that stuff just slowly started working its way into it more and more and more.
Everything I remember about it coming out was it's a prequel to Alien.
I remember it trying to be like, yeah, we all know it is, but it seemed like they were trying to hide the fact that it was a prequel to Alien.
I do want to know if that scene was originally planned then. No.
From what I've read, that was kind of just like included to please the studios and what they thought would please audiences.
Ridley.
It seemed like, I don't know how he feels.
He's
about
lost
this.
his spark.
He got to tell his little story about God complex and meeting your maker and all that shit. So do you have a God complex? I think that's what David has, is like he met his creator and like lived past his creator. So
maybe.
Probably. I think we have all known Sam.
I more
to have
think
that.
of it as the way when he talks to the guy at the pool table and he's like, why did you make me? And he says, I don't know, because we could. And he's like, can you imagine how disappointed you would be if that was the answer you heard? I'm like, that's exactly how it would go. I don't need to go be fucking with that. Like,
that is how it goes. That's what essentially what they find out is that they're made because they could, and then they weren't liked. So they tried to be destroyed. Humans.
But then she still doesn't have her answer or something, right? Because now they're going to fly off to get it.
Well, yeah, she wants to talk to the people. That's her new question is, why did you want to kill us?
Why did you want to destroy us after that?
Yeah.
Who cares? All right.
These people do. Some people really care, man.
I know. The makeup process to age Guy Pearce took 5 hours to apply and an hour to remove it. Why not just hire an old man? Especially if we're never going to see him young.
Honestly,
I agree.
Like, if he also played David, that would make sense.
Honestly, that would have been a nice touch.
Wait,
I think that would have been great.
because
if-
I thought it was Michael Fassbender as the old guy
in the old
Yeah.
makeup. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot all about Guy Pearce in this movie.
There were a lot of like promo things that came out with this movie of a young Guy Pearce doing like TED Talks for as Wayland or whatever.
As
And,
Wayland.
yeah, and doing all these kind of things for it and stuff. And
Okay.
spoiler, he's in it for as young Wayland in Covenant for a minute or two or something.
Spoiler.
So
Well,
you
great.
get to see him as young Wayland, but
We
like
did it for the
it
sequel.
doesn't matter. Like I still think you can just use. I still think you could use a young Guy Pearce if you wanted to, and an old person to depict just a different old
Right,
person.
two different actors.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
also another sample of like them making it more complicated for themselves.
Yes,
To do this.
because that's one thing that really I'm all constantly bothered by old age makeup. I can see it a mile away, and it just takes me. Talk about
this
taking
is
me
so
out of it.
noticeable. This
I'm
one in
like-
particular, like no.
You just look
I don't
like
know.
a young
On The
person
Exorcist?
acting like an old person too. The way they
Yeah.
have to like act
Yeah.
all old and what's that?
Right. Could you tell in The Exorcist?
No, because I don't think that was heavy prosthetics. I think that was a lot of
Sure.
makeup and lighting, as opposed to this is just.
Oh, that was the priest.
and this is like
Yeah.
greatly aging too. I think he was probably aged
Oh, yeah. He's supposed to. They age him to the point of like near death.
right.
Yeah.
like so it's ridiculous.
And he doesn't even like, I don't even think he does like intense stunts. I think he just gets hit by our big muscly guy.
He walks
and then that's it.
around in like his robo legs or whatever for a little bit.
Yeah.
which is really fun.
Sure.
But
Oh, hey, there is an alternate and extended version of Mutant Fifield's violent attack in the cargo bay, where it shows the black liquid has mutated him into a xenomorph hybrid instead of transforming him into a Neanderthal-like creature. I don't even think he's a Neanderthal-like creature.
yeah, I
He's just
don't.
got like
I
a bubbly
disagree
head,
with that.
Yeah.
but yeah,
big old brain type of thing.
Neanderthals didn't have big old brains; they just had big old brows. But yeah, he was originally supposed to be like this more human xenomorph hybrid thing. Not like the child, but like having an elongated head. I think he probably still had a
But
nose.
just
Who
like
knows?
his human self. But he's just like,
But slowly kind of looking xenomorphic, I guess.
Okay.
As opposed to just like monster-ish, which is I feel
oh
like
yeah,
he looks.
that was the most monster kind
Right.
of look here. And I'm like, oh, what
His
is
weird
happening?
little folded in half spider look when he first shows up.
Mhm.
They're definitely trying the thing with this.
I had to include this because this is probably one of people's biggest criticisms about this, and I had to include it because someone felt they needed to include it on IMDb. Although many viewers scoffed at the depiction of Shaw and Vickers running away from the rolling ship directly along its path, it is quite accurate. Even though it would have been smarter for them to turn away from the ship's path, many people in a severe panic experience an overwhelming urge to simply run directly away from danger, with little to no ability to think or strategize. A solution that seems painfully obvious to an outside observer may simply not occur to the person in the situation.
Of course. Of
Wow.
course.
Right?
I mean,
Wow.
listen, did I make a mention of this
Folks
when we were
mentioned this
Yes,
during it.
Of course I did.
How can you not?
I was telling him like, no, but like by the time that you're running to the side, you're probably already squashed.
I get that. I'm not saying that I don't
Big this double
understand.
is? This is like,
See, honestly, that's more of my issue. Like, I get that, like, sometimes people just like that you just want to run straight away from something. I understand that. Where I take issue really is kind of twofold. The first is that this giant, massive ship, and Shaw could just barrel roll 2 feet and be out of the way of it. And then that this giant, massive, incredibly heavy ship is able to be stopped by like 2 inches of rock above her head and not crush her.
you got to remember that Shaw's stomach is stapled.
Mm-hmm.
What does that have
It's
to do with
gonna
the weight
hurt.
of the ship?
It's gonna hurt.
I'm purely talking about the fact that like if the ship is like is big enough to like completely crush Charlize Theron's character,
Yes.
then I don't see how rolling 2 feet to the left suddenly gets you out of the path of it.
Okay. Yeah.
She was only 2 feet inside of it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I could see.
If
for
she
sure
had
that.
just run to the side, she would have been fine.
I'm just saying, if,
We
if
had
this
the same-
IMDb person can be pedantic about this, I can be
You should-
pedantic right
You should
back.
reply. You should reply.
Oh, I agree with you. I can, and I agree with you on the rock thing, the whole bit.
Yeah,
When
no,
does
it's
when was it
ridiculous.
posted?
Oh,
Does
I
it
don't
say when
have-
it posted?
Oh,
No.
we don't have that.
Oh my
They're
god, that's
usually-
so funny.
It might, but
They're usually quickly after. From my notes, I think the majority is like, or I could be making this up, but I feel like they're quickly after the movie comes out.
When
Can we
it
find
gets
out
released.
the user who did that?
Oh my god.
Do you want to like fucking
If this is you,
reprimand them on?
Oh my god, it's so funny because you had the same conversation when it came to Bloodlines, when the train was coming after them and they just ran straight.
I mean, and that I could excuse a little bit more because that train was going real fast. And it's like
This one's like,
You don't have. That's going so slow. You have time to look back and think, oh, maybe I should move to the side. The train,
No.
you don't really have time to react.
they took
They're
their
running and
time
running and
looking
running.
at this thing coming out off them. Like there's a moment where they're just like standing there looking at it, and I'm like, I feel like our instinct is that
Run.
we need to get the fuck out of the way.
Mhm.
Certainly.
Go find a rock you can hide underneath.
A very very small rock.
And with this film, the Alien franchise broke $1 billion at the global
Oh.
box office. It was the first horror franchise to gross $1 billion worldwide. That's with the whole franchise
I'm
combined.
surprised it took that long, but I guess the numbers were less back in the day.
Way back in the
Yeah.
early 90s.
And this has been like how many years in between since the last one?
2012
feel-
from 2002.
No.
By the way, 2012 came
1990
out in 2009. 97, 97.
97.
97.
How
so
many
like
years?
15 years.
15
Yeah,
years since the
97,
last
yeah.
Alien movie. I feel like that. I get the hype, and I wonder what people thought of initially.
Which I think was the longest gap too between them.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
So
I
this
think
one
you're right.
pretty much like restarted the franchise in a way.
And didn't in a way.
Fair.
I mean, we do get one more, but then there's another big gap. Sir Ridley Scott repeatedly told the crew not to tell the actors certain things or let them see storyboards to procure more genuine responses. Notably, during the scene in which the hammerpede erupts from Milburn's corpse, Scott did not inform Kate Dickie about what was to occur in that scene, and thus her screaming reaction was real. This trick for authenticity went one step further than what Scott did during the filming of the infamous chestburster scene from Alien, where the cast knew that something would come out of the body, but not that they would be sprayed in blood.
They're doing his little tricks.
Wow. What a trickster.
Not too bad as far as
Not
directors.
firing
like-
a gun or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The director of The Exorcist did that.
Wait, he fired a gun? I heard that
He would
was
fire
like,
off guns on set,
pushing-
on the set all the time
Oh my god. That's
to
insane.
get a reaction.
Insane. Didn't Stanley Kubrick also did something similar?
Oh, he was a nightmare, at least on The Shining. I don't know if he improved, but
Well, definitely to Shelley Duvall. I don't think he was as much of a nightmare to like some of the other cast.
sure. Definitely to her, yeah. Dickhead.
Dickhead. Yes.
That's right.
All right, let's get into it. Premise. What if humanity found the star maps left behind by our alien creators and traveled across the universe to ask them why they created us, only to discover they want to destroy us?
Dun dun dun.
Does that concept work for you, that premise?
I think the premise is super cool. The delivery I like I say this like I enjoyed watching the movie, but like as I like sit and really try to digest how it
It could
actually
have been.
how it actually presented the premise that it said it was presenting. I think it gave us a different movie than it said it was going to give us. I didn't really hate the movie that we got, but like the fact that it like the later reveal is like actually this isn't their home planet. This is like the planet where they have all their science experiments about making these ships that can go and single-handedly take down a whole planet. Like why would they leave us a star map to their giant weapons planet?
That's there to kill us? Yeah, good question. Yeah, I'm right there with you. When Brian read the premise, I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. I don't feel like I got a cool version of it, or it was fine, I guess. But
It's very funny because I went into this movie because like I don't remember this movie, but I remember, I don't know, maybe putting it on at some point. And when coming into this one and we were pressing play, all my feelings were like, I just felt like it was boring. I just felt like it, not now, but like
you could, I do.
I was like, oh, I felt like this movie was a boring one. So I don't know what to expect. But like overall, I did enjoy myself because it introduced some new things that weren't as maybe repetitive in the previous installments, but I do feel like it is a little disjointed because I feel like it's like trying so hard to be an alien movie when there's all this other stuff also just like surrounding it.
Yeah, it's almost like Ridley Scott was like, no, it's just gonna be set in the world, and the producers or whoever, the studio kept being like, no, you're gonna get alien in there whether you like it or not. Get in there.
Yeah, I think Ridley wanted exactly that. And this is what happened because of it. There was a lot more. I even read that there was one thing where like there's this one storyline they thought about including where somehow the engineers did something basically to make Jesus or like they were the reason for the story of Jesus. Like they either took like a human and brought him to their planet and then brought him back.
It was Jesus?
It was supposed that there was some Jesus allegory,
where it was going to turn out it was Jesus all along.
Wait, that would have been kind of crazy.
Wild.
It seemed like it was just like this little sub story thing or something. There was just a lot of these. Ridley Scott was really thinking about what it would be like to meet your maker and what that means and all that kind of shit.
I guess I get that.
That may have been interesting, but I feel like targeting specifically one of the central figures of one of the, on a like global scale, more recent religions to exist, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. Like if you were going to take that approach, especially with what they did with like all these different completely unconnected civilizations, all had this exact same star map pattern. They were all pointing to the sky all across the globe. Like at least then have it be like this origin story has inspired like some of the central like tenets of all religions, because there's a lot of like there's a lot of similar mythologies that show up in various religions around the globe for lots of different reasons. And I think that like having this be kind of where religion came from would have been an interesting way to kind of approach this and loop in the whole meet your maker sort of deal. I do think it would have been a lot harder to make that like make sense in a movie though, versus what they ended up doing here.
Yeah, I think it just got too lost in the sauce and lost with the producers putting their own ingredients into the sauce and whatnot. Just churned this out, basically.
Third movie with studio interference.
Yeah. Did you know this? Apparently, the Alien universe takes place in the same universe as Blade Runner.
Really?
It's supposed to.
Maybe I've heard that. Did you know this? I've never seen Blade Runner.
Oh, same.
Oh, cool. We're on the same page.
I tried it when I was a kid and fell asleep. Seems like a movie Cody would love. Cody?
I watched the
newest
the newer one, and
I kind of want to check out the old one.
And I was I remember being kind of lost for a good portion of it.
Interesting.
And I also remember it was so long. It was such a long movie.
Oh no.
All right, let's talk about a quick recap of this film. It begins with this big old buff white alien humanoid thing sacrificing himself on a seemingly barren planet, and his DNA goes into a waterfall and triggers essentially creation of human life. Millennia later, in 2089, archaeologists...
That's what happens there?
Wait,
yes.
Wait, is that what happens?
Yeah, he's seeding the planet for life is what it's supposed to be.
It is not well like described that that's Earth.
I wish we circled back on it a little bit more. But
I had no idea. Continue.
Yeah, so he's drinking the black goo, and that combined with his shit dissolves him and allows life to be created. Human life is what it's supposed to be, or the building blocks for it.
I guess that makes sense because it transitions into like our opening crew.
I have thoughts on this that we don't need to get into right now. We can circle back to it later, but
Yeah, we'll get there. So, okay, millennia later, Elizabeth Shaw, Charlie Holloway discover all these old star maps, as you said, and this allows them to get this project going with Peter Wayland funding it into the vessel of Prometheus to go off to this distant moon.
Mm-hmm.
In 2093, after a 2-year voyage monitored by the android David, 17 crew members arrive at the distant moon LV-223, which
Beep, boop, beep.
you would only
I read
know
your
by
dreams.
hearing it or reading about it. It is supposed to be in the same system as the planet from Alien, the moon from Alien they go to.
Okay.
It's like adjacent, or it's like it's all there.
Sure.
Upon exploring a massive structure on the moon, they uncover these giant cylinders. We get them all going inside, and we see the giant humanoid head statue, the remains of what they think is this extinct alien species that could be our creators. And then everything starts spiraling out of control. The cylinders begin to leak the dark goo liquid. And that like infects some like worms that are worming around in it, and secretly David's being told some shit that he needs to be doing, but we don't see that, so we're like getting more suspicious of him and his motives.
Conniving.
He at this point intentionally taints Holloway's drink with some of that black goo, leading to
Yeah, little drop.
turns Holloway all gross. But before he gets super
Yuck.
gross, he knocks up his wife, which before this she couldn't get pregnant, and then all of a sudden she was.
Super fast.
Everything kind of escalates. People start getting killed. People start getting like face throated. I feel like we don't have a face hugger or anything like that.
I'm gonna get
No.
your face throated.
Holloway eventually like turns into like is getting like super infected and gross and crazy, so he gets like burned alive. A couple other people are left in the ship. Then we also get Shaw discovering that pregnancy's rapidly growing, and there's a little squid like entity thing that she surgically removes from this med bay.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, we're not designed for women. She's like, fine, I got an infection or whatever. She's a foreign object.
Yeah, foreign object. And then it like literally cuts her open, pulls this thing out, and then staples her up. But not before the thing can, the egg sac or whatever it is, can explode all that goo into her open wound. That scene always got me. I'm like,
Gooned.
it just goes right into there. That must not feel right to have all that foreign goo inside you. Everything starts escalating.
When in Rome.
Good point. Shaw discovers that Peter Wayland is not dead. He's actually been hiding away in stasis aboard the ship, and his daughter is actually Captain. I don't know if she's a Captain Vickers. Shirley's Theron. Wayland, he wants to meet his maker. That's what it's all been about, in kind of a search for immortality, as he would like. But this is where we meet another big, muscly engineer, and he ain't having it. Fucking kills him. Chops off David's head, and is like, I'm going to go complete my mission and go destroy Earth or something, maybe. Who knows what he's going to do. Get these
like
fucking
that.
things out of the way. So, engineer prepares to launch a spacecraft. It is, as we said, it's carrying all the goo pods, which they use to unleash. Then I guess that also destroys everything. Captain Janik.
Which you can also get goo pods on our website. Sorry.
We should sell goo pods. Rams the Prometheus into the alien ship to stop it. This is when we get the big old rollover scene and all that fun stuff. Shaw unleashes, she's being like chased by an engineer, and unleashes the giant, the offspring of her has now become this giant tentacled creature.
Big un. It's a big un.
Yeah, which attacks the engineer and allows Shaw to get away, takes David's head, and goes into a separate ship. There's other ships, so she just goes into another one, and they set course to the engineer's homeworld to get some more answers as to why did you want to destroy us.
That ending was so funny to me. It was like, oh, okay, so you're just gonna travel on. Well, we won't know anything. And I feel like it was like a sitcom ending where like her ship like was across and it just spelled the end behind her.
that'd be fun.
I'm like, what?
Also, that thing faced the engineer.
The huge one?
Yeah, the giant one.
Mm-hmm.
Made the engineer pregnant, right?
Oh yeah,
And that's where
yeah.
we get our alien from.
The Deacon, it's called. It's been known to be called.
Is that
What, this version?
thing?
The alien that pops out of the engineer.
That's
That's
the
never
Deacon.
seen
Deacon.
again.
Oh, that sucks. Oh,
They just threw that in there, and they called it the Deacon because of, I guess, how it reminded everyone on set who was making it of a deacon's hat or some shit.
Okay.
So you want to talk about that at the intro? Sam, ask about the intro.
Now that we got the story, let's talk about the opening and if the intro did enough to draw us in.
Yeah, so now that you maybe know what was happening, how does that make you feel?
honestly, I feel like I have more questions, but I do think it was kind of cool to watch. Like just like the disintegration and going to the water into the DNA. And the thing is, I saw the DNA. I remember the DNA happening, but I did not.
But it could be for
connect.
anything. It
Yeah,
doesn't need
I
to
thought
be
like,
human
oh,
DNA.
we're creating
Why would
something
it be?
else. Like,
I didn't think that was Earth.
I mean, that's the thing I think that frustrates me the most out of this is that like it is such a cool concept to like try to suggest that the origin of life on Earth is from this like alien life form that sacrificed itself to like have its DNA be broken down into all these little components that can eventually just like reform. The problem that I have with this, really the two problems, is number one, there's like you have to like there's no way for you to just watch this scene and know that like this is Earth and that is the beginning of life.
well, I wonder if they're because the whole idea that they're our creators is kind of like a reveal later on,
Well,
or they
that's-
treat it as a reveal,
And that
but it
brings
never
me-
brings me to like the beginning of the movie.
Well, and that brings me to point number
Same.
2, which is that like there is so much different life on Earth that is not a human. And so how can you possibly tell me that like this was the building blocks of life that spawned an entire planet of like dinosaurs and insects and like unicellular organisms coming from this thing, and that it somehow happened to get back to an exactly correct genome that also is a different creature. So like this is like point
Right.
number 1 on my treatise of why did we not consult a single scientist on this movie for how anything would work? Because if the genome is the same, we should also be 8 feet tall and white and super muscular.
Look like each other, right? Yeah.
Yes. So
Hey, I got the ball thing down though, so I'm pretty much there.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you just gotta like grow 3 feet or whatever.
At one point, dinosaurs ruled the earth, and that was how kind of things were moving in that direction. It wasn't
Yeah.
until a natural event destroyed all that allowed the apes and all that to start rising up. So it's like it was just all lucky that happened.
There was never going to be
There's
a
never
matchy.
necessarily yeah, like how do you plan for that? They're like, well, we'll make this DNA.
And the establishing shots we get of that planet, like to me, it's trying to as an audience member, when I see establishing shots like that, I think, oh, we're on another planet, not this is primordial Earth.
I mean, it doesn't look that dissimilar from the planet that we end up traveling to when they have the like
Exactly.
establishing shots of the planet. So
I thought it was that planet this whole time.
You said
now.
afterwards, like, oh, okay, so this is because they tell you where we are, like Norway or somewhere. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I guess that was Norway. And we're like, what?
Oh, I missed that was even like,
It's-
It
is it the
happens
same shot or
afterwards.
something?
I don't know how you make that connection though.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, because we get our opening credits.
Like the way to do that is to like zoom like out in that same scene.
Yeah, you pan over and it's modern day.
And then it just becomes like, so you show then that these scientists are still like on that same planet in that same area that this just occurred in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting.
I feel like I would have liked it better if the idea that they created us I know that was his whole point, Ridley Scott's, right? Like he wanted the whole idea of the creation stuff.
That's essentially it is now. That is Alien canon. Humans are created by the engineers from black goo. Black goo comes from face huggers. Black goo is extracted from face huggers, basically. I think we can learn at some point.
Because I think I would have liked it if I don't even know how I would connect it, but I think I would have liked it better if they were just like humanoid, like we had the same DNA, but not that they had created us. Maybe that was just like a separate thing that eventually created our deacon.
And I guess that is they did create us on purpose, or because it could have been an accident. To me, it looks like he's just like, all right, now I'm gonna. God, why did I drink this?
It seems like they were trying to like seed the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, there are like actual theories that the origin of life may have come to Earth from meteors,
like an asteroid,
comets, like that it could have been brought here. So
that's gonna make me spiral.
It's
like microorganisms that can survive in space. You know?
Yeah. But like my other issue is that we are shown that every other time that a single other creature touches this black goo, it mutates the creature into some like hell spawn that wants to kill everything in the area. And it just happens that this one time that this one creature drank the black goo, it actually turned it into the building blocks for life. And it made a whole planet of, admittedly things that do want to kill everything else, but that's beside the point.
So the xenomorphs that we know now are, because I think I asked this question at the end, they are considered part human? No,
xenomorphs predate. I looked into a little bit of the history of and like Alien is supposed to. Xenomorphs are supposed to predate. They're supposed to be like an ancient alien race that even predates engineers. Engineers found the face huggers and were able to use the goo, and the engineers are...
That's a whole separate thing.
Scientists. Engineers feel themselves as engineers and or scientists that like to experiment and do all this stuff. They develop their God complex, and humans come along, build their androids, develop their God complex. Androids have come along now and feel like they can outlive. They're immortal, essentially. So David is developing his God complex. It's a lot about that. That's, I think, really what was rattling around in Ridley Scott's brain and trying to...
You think humans are arrogant? Wait till you meet an engineer.
Right. And you think they're arrogant? Wait till you meet a xenomorph.
If you think they're arrogant, wait till you meet a human engineer.
Right? It just all comes back. We're before that, and it just goes and goes. Keeps going back. Let's go down to the AV lab, look at the technical execution of this. How was the filmmaking? Talked a little bit about the score. Camera work doing anything? I feel like it is shot very well. It's very nice looking.
I like the big wide shots.
It looks beautiful
nice.
Movie.
Looks nice. It's a bit sterile for me. As good as everything looks, I feel like it doesn't feel lived in almost. It almost feels too pretty.
I can see that. I feel like
in the sets.
Both.
Okay.
Or like the sets like inside the spaceship, it seems like brand new, you know what I mean? Whereas like in past iterations, it's like clearly been used for a while. Now this is the one Wayland's on sending out. Who knows? You can find ways to write that off. Yeah. But then the planet itself, I don't know how to describe it. It looked too pretty for me. It didn't have any of the grit. That I didn't feel the grit of it. It was more like looking at a painting or art. For me, my experience.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know, because I think because the vibe for me wasn't very horror like. I wasn't like immersed in that. I think I was supposed to like enjoy what I'm looking at and kind of like feel what they're feeling when they're on here, just as excited as they are. So it feels welcoming until we go into this like dark area down there,
terraforming area,
which I kind of
where
like.
You shouldn't take off your helmet, but you're gonna go ahead and do it anyway. And now,
do not get me started on this.
Oh yeah,
please. This will turn into a 20-minute rant on just like the complete irresponsibility of these scientists.
I'm absolutely with you 100%. Like, and you're going to even if that spot is safe. Let's say all your things are measuring it correctly and you're safe there. You're moving around. They like go to all sorts of things. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, the new areas.
People try to write it off as, I forget what I saw it as, like they're supposed to be more like that, like Steve Irwin type that would just like, doesn't matter, would get their face right in there with whatever thing it runs up against. And I'm like,
I mean, there are lots of scientists who are very cavalier with like that would 100% just be like, well, the chemical makeup of this air is fine, so fuck it, like I want to be the first person to breathe air on this alien planet. But like I would expect that at least Shaw would want to make sure that like we aren't also leaving behind like our imprint on this planet, and like that even just getting back onto the spaceship, you don't know what you're bringing in on your boots. Like there's so many precautions that you would probably realistically want to be taking to ensure that you don't infect the entire ship with an alien virus.
Right. Even if the air is breathable, it doesn't mean there's not contaminants.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can still get sick here in breathable air.
I don't know at what point in the timeline of the alien universe how much exploration there is, because apparently humans have met other alien species in the alien universe. I believe there's a joke in Aliens about one of them having sex with an Arcturian or whatever it is.
Yep.
Which is supposed to be a humanoid alien that we have met. So it's like, it feels like if this is the first time going there to this planet, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find a way of not necessarily writing it off, but I'm like, if people have already been to so many different planets, maybe there already is like a cavalier sense of just like you can walk on and off and for whatever reason. But I don't know, man. It's all stupid. They're idiots.
I mean, they have a contagion protocol that they do not use except for when Holloway is coming back and is already like actively in the process of dying right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like the movie doesn't do a good job of making any of that make sense, but it's like it feels like they have like hyper sleep travel or whatever it is. So it's like I feel like they had to have been to other planets at this point to some extent. So there's supposed to be, I think, a again commentary on the hubris of man just thinking they can go and do whatever they want to and track mud.
I mean,
in this place.
And honestly, it is kind of funny to me that this ended up being a relevant commentary for today's world, because in this movie we have a trillionaire who decided to fund a secret mission to space so that he could live forever.
Yeah.
And not tell anyone that he was on it. That feels like a very 2026 like commentary to have.
But at the same time, I'd love it if our trillionaires and billionaires got onto a jet and went into outer space. Go find your life out there. Go on.
Do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, otherwise, and like, nice filmmaking and everything. I think our biggest gripe is going to consistently be with the writing, not necessarily the writing, but the storytelling,
the pacing,
the actual plot. Yeah.
Because I mean, there's some cool, like, I think there's cool effects. I think things look good in a sci-fi nature. Like, I like the look of everything going on. I think, this movie feels more like, in terms of that, its aesthetic, like the original Aliens going back felt more grimy, like Star Wars, as opposed to this has more of a Star Trek shine to it.
That's a really good point, actually.
Yes. I think that is a very good way to put it. And something I just remembered on one of my complaints, fucking when they're out exploring the ship for the first time, and somebody's like picking up some weather patterns at like a screen they're looking at, and they call to Idris Elba and they're like, hey, we got to get them in there. There's a big storm coming. And it cuts to him and he's looking out the window and there's a giant fucking storm in front of him that he sees and had to have been able to see for quite some time.
Yeah, it's not explained well at all. I read somewhere that was supposed to be some sort of alarm system, some sort of like deterrent system set off when they went into the ship. Yeah. So I read that somewhere. It's not conveyed at all, and it's dumb if it is. Yeah, so I mean, continue with this.
So going on with that, that's just one of the things that broke my immersion, took me out of it. I don't recall any CGI that took me out of it, but there are plenty of, tugging on the old suspenders of disbelief moments throughout.
I actually really liked a lot of the action sequences because, I was kind of like glued in and like, all right, let's get here. Let's run here. People are burning up and people are cutting their stomachs open to like take something out that's, you still get that squirm in your seat kind of feeling when things are like going down people's throats. So I thought all that was still very effective.
I mean, my only suspenders of disbelief moment that we haven't like already discussed is when Fifield, when he is mutating, he comes back to the ship, and they like these people who know him and they are part of the same crew. They walk over to find someone contorted in a like impossible for a human to do position, and they're just like, Fifield, what are you doing? You're so silly. Like
drinking again.
Like I see that and I'm immediately like, this is not correct and we should not be approaching.
Pretty hilarious.
Also, this is our second Alien movie in a row where we have somebody, a turtle, which turtle is something that wants to be killed, kill me thing, where our main guy who, got infected by David, they come back to the ship and he is looking fucking horrific and kill me. And instead of just like doing it humanely, they are set on fire. So she sets this lady's husband who's like sick and dying on fire.
Now, Sam, to be fair,
Charlie was like, do it.
We are trying to kill an alien contagion. I think that you probably want to burn it and not shoot it and spread the contaminated blood everywhere.
But it is kind of wild and so brutal because he's like, oh, like I love you, then he just dies a long, agonizing death.
I'm not saying that it's humane. I'm saying that it's like probably the one like scientifically accurate thing to do in this situation.
I also feel like this whole scene isn't. This part, for some reason, it didn't feel very interesting. I felt like the blocking was just like, we're just having people stand around and talk to each other. I'm like, can we like keep the show moving a little bit? I felt that they could have blocked this scene a little bit more interesting than just like people talking back and forth like this.
Yeah.
Especially in a very like, we need to work fast moment. I will say when we introduced Waylon back into the mix, I think that's where like I was kind of out of it. It kind of started to be like, okay, we're getting kind of wacky. It's like he's the evil villain coming here and being like, I want to live forever and that's my plan. I'm like, okay. And then we just have her sitting there.
Wash my feet.
Like, I think that's where it kind of went to a little bit of like a silly aspect of it. And I'm like, yeah, let's get rid of this guy.
Definitely.
Welcome.
Speaking of this guy and on anyone else, go on about, the characters. This would be a good time to talk about character choices and anything like that as well. I mean, I agree that there's so much dumb shit going on, especially when they meet the hammered head thing, the whatever little worm mutant thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, hey, what's going on, guy? Talking to
it's how wonderful.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me, bud?
Like, this is weird. Don't you think this is weird? Back up. Yeah. And that was just like a series of unfortunate events. Like,
I mean,
and they've been so freaked out the whole time too, but not now.
I joked when we were doing our reaction to it that I said like something along the lines of, I think we needed to do like an orientation for how to interact with potential alien life that we see.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think there's a lot, like the other thing that sucks about this one too is I feel like there's a lot of decent individual characters, but I never felt like this was a real crew of people.
Sure. They didn't have much dynamic between each other.
I like the Idris Elba, Shaw, his little group dynamic. Yeah, there's like where they're like, we're going to sacrifice ourselves.
There's like little groups of groups, but I'm like,
but yeah, not as a big.
Does he sleep with?
Yes,
Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like to think so.
It's suggested but not shown.
Right.
Also-
or ever addressed again after that scene. It's never even like hinted at that it did happen.
She also
They're,
gets
they're two consenting adults. They can engage in no strings attached.
That's what
Absolutely.
That's what some trivia I read said about it, that they're just like these, people out in space all the time that they just casual sex it. Because
Not to, I feel bad even saying it, but Holloway, the Charlie Holloway, the guy that got all burned up, Logan Marshall Green. I've seen him in other things, and I really enjoy his performances in other things. But for whatever reason, he's so incredibly dull to me in this movie.
He's kind of a
Like,
dick.
he's just uninteresting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care for his character in this at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the emotional impact wasn't as emotional when he went away. But
Well, I was going to say, I know you said you hated David or something about David by then, but I think Michael Fassbender does a really good job as like being a weird little droid.
Yeah, no, he's great.
He was very effective. Like he did everything correct, and I was very invested in his character. I was thinking like, what the fuck are you doing? I think he really carried a lot of the suspense
He's
of
the
what
most
we
interesting
felt.
part of the movie, for me.
What the suspense of what we felt with Ash kind of before, where it's like we have this mistrust. And during the movie, I was like, we need a Sigourney Weaver thing, because I feel like we need a Sigourney Weaver presence, because a lot of this could have been stopped by someone who is just thinking this isn't good. Nothing about this is feeling right.
Why are we doing this? Stop.
How do you feel about the Alien Resurrection reference? When David is on
basketball?
a bicycle and shoots the basketball in?
We were like,
I want to know how many times it took to get that correct.
We did say that. That's funny.
I don't have that information.
No, they didn't tell us.
I think maybe it did it. I don't have it.
Well, I hope it's not true. Okay, this might be a silly question on my part, and I've asked many silly questions. Vickers is human.
Yeah, she's supposed to be his daughter.
Because for some reason they never confirm.
I mean, you could, but
when she was like,
it that she was
like
not.
father. I'm like, okay,
Right,
you could still be the creation of that. Like I didn't. And they joke about the fact, like, are you a robot?
I never thought about it. I think somebody on IMDb could write a compelling little nerd argument that she's not. So
I mean, the only reason that I would say like I think that she is purely from the portion of the conversation where she's talking about like that what did he expect her to just like stay on Earth and just take over this company when she could come out here? Like, I think that if she was in fact a robot, she would not have been able to be put in charge of this company.
Wayland also does say something along the lines that about David is that like the son I never had. So kind of implying that like he had a daughter, wasn't too excited about that. So he made David essentially.
That could still lean on
I
robot.
think she is a human.
I mean, if he always
want
wanted a male presenting, I guess, robot and made the Charlize Theron
like,
robot, that's kind
this.
of.
And now
do robots really have gender? Now there's a question.
I mean, it depends. It depends if there is a self to them, if they have a
and I think that's an established
right?
that there's not. So I mean, I think that you could argue that robots are made to present as a gender, but that the robot itself, just based on the way that like David describes his complete lack of any feelings whatsoever or sense of self in this, I don't think he can have a gender.
I was going to say, I think if anyone, David does have a sense of self at the end, or starts to discover a sense of self, just because it's.
You think so?
I do. Maybe.
I mean, I think he has a I think he kind of. I see what you mean, because I think throughout he has a kind of curiosity, which you could only really
see
have
him
if you have a sense.
kind of
self,
watch.
maybe.
What is it, Lawrence of Arabia or something? And he
at the beginning,
and
he kind of
he's
like quotes
trying to mock it. He watches her dreams.
Which is curiosity,
like in an
sort of,
observy,
it's again like I guess the question of true AI or any of that kind of stuff or whatever. I think David is supposed to be one of the most advanced things, and is on a path to that. But recognizes his robot self, I think. But But a lot of people talk about that once Wayland dies, he's kind of free of his prime directive, and that's why he goes and starts. We'll get to Covenant.
Interesting.
When we get there. But like,
I've actually never seen Covenant. It's the only alien movie I haven't seen.
Forgot all about it. Don't even know.
It's better and the same from what I remember. But they tried. They try a little harder, I think, to bring it into Alien.
Right. They put it in the name.
Yeah, right. Alien Covenant.
Alien Prometheus doesn't have the same ring to it, though.
They tried a lot of different names. Oh my God, I don't have the list of
Romulus.
them, but they had a lot of different ideas for Alien this, Alien this, Alien this. But then,
did they?
Alien Creation, I guess, would be the simpler one.
That very well could have been one.
I mean, it sounds like they may have at least like discussed Alien, Jesus as a title for this
Alien
movie.
Jesus. Wow.
If not soon enough, it'll happen.
Alien: Jesus.
This isn't about a character, but it is about. I just want to point out the squishy buttons. In
I love the squishy
ship.
buttons.
Oh,
I keep
little squishy egg buttons.
Squishy, and during the reaction, I was like, "Those are Pillsbury Doughboys, like just popping their bellies."
I'm gonna get a squishy button set up.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be my next goal.
Sure, that's your new soundboard.
Okay, here you go. Alien Engineers. Alien Genesis, Alien Origins, Alien Tomb of the Gods. Also, LV. Originally, it was also, I think, maybe going to take place on LV-426, the original planet, but they pulled.
I think that I would have liked that.
Obviously 200 years. And also Paradise was one of the other ones. I think I saw Alien Harvest as well. Like they had a bunch of different things.
Wow.
With Alien in the title.
Alien Tomb of the Gods is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like a video game.
Yeah, that sounds like a really bad video game.
On Game Boy.
Did anything about this movie surprise you? Did you see everything coming?
I mean, I feel kind of similar to Sergio, what you said earlier, in that like I had seen this movie once a very long time ago, and I didn't remember anything from it other than the fact that like I remember being kind of bored and like disappointed the first time that I watched it, and I didn't feel that this time, which I think was
because
surprising.
I do think, like, it's when we watch it with each other, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
sure.
That's probably part of it.
I think that's
the experience. Really,
the experience is different.
I felt all those same feelings. Saw it once before, forgot everything except that maybe it was boring and kind of disappointing. So
I was just surprised by this.
I had the same experience.
Right.
The whole what was that?
I was just surprised by this whole plot. Like, this is what this was about. I was not expecting all of this. I kind of wanted it to, and I think during the reaction, I kept trying to connect it to like the original Aliens, because I think going in, it was I was thinking it is really a prequel, but now I'm thinking like, no, it's not. I guess like that's what Ridley Scott wanted, was like not a prequel, but kind of a prequel, but in a different like town.
That's the problem. Yeah, it is and it isn't.
Like I wish that we had, I wish that we had just put it on LV-426, done a couple other little tie-ins that like the alien that we see that's dead in the chair in the spaceship in the first Alien movie is this alien, like just Rogue One this, and it would have been, I think, a much better movie.
Right. It didn't do one or the other thing. It didn't not be an alien movie, or it didn't be an alien movie. And I think that's where it definitely suffers. Because that was my biggest surprise, probably watching it for the first time, sitting there the whole time, be like, so are they alien? Are they xenom? What is that little, is that a pre-face hugger? Like, just
because then it would like even make so much sense of why we were headed to this planet in the first place in Alien, because like the big twist in Alien is that, oh, we were always supposed to go to this planet and collect this thing, and like it seems like completely random and out of nowhere. But if Prometheus eventually reveals like, oh, this is where like the Wayland went and his, he was never heard from, and so this is more of like an exploratory thing to go like find out what happened, like that would have been such a great and satisfying tie-in for this movie.
Yeah, imagine.
I agree. And it seems so obvious, but I was surprised that Wayland was on the ship. I was like, wow, what a surprise. I was like, I should have seen it coming. Like it is, I think is very obvious, but it did get me.
Yeah.
So question, I don't know if they mentioned it already in the past movies. Maybe I forgot. But when does the Yutani come into play?
I don't know that it gets said.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
If it's not said in this next movie, hold on, let me go to the timeline. It doesn't get said. Oh wait, no, it could be if it's in this next movie.
Okay,
Covenant.
okay.
Because I can tell you by Alien Earth, it's Wayland Yutani.
Got it.
The TV show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wayland Yutani is actually first
like,
mentioned apparently in Aliens, so it has happened, and obviously Alien Earth is before then too. I know Yutani.
Got it.
And Wayland are both in Earth, right? But are they one corporation then?
I thought that it was because there's like the 5 different corporations that run the world.
Right. And I thought they were separate still. Whatever. It happens at some point.
Got it.
But
Okay.
Cody, you said...
I know what company you're talking about.
Yeah.
It could be.
You said the perfect thing of Rogue One-ing it. Imagine this takes place a year before the events of Alien. And it's kind of all the same thing. And the movie ends with a distress signal going out, and that's what's being picked up by our crew from Alien, and they have to go down to the planet because Wayland was there, is presumably that's where he was last seen or something like that.
I don't even think that it needs to be that close to it. I could forgive a long period of time because this was like you could make the argument like Wayland may have not publicly said this was where he was going. Like it could have just been something that
he just disappeared.
Yeah, that eventually the company is like, you know what, like we now like have the funds to be able to do this, blah blah blah, movie magic it. And like I think that you could do it in a way that makes it happen where you don't have to be so obvious that like we're about to go into it. I wouldn't be mad about it because I loved the way that they did it with Rogue One, but like I think it would still work in universe here with the time gap that we were given. But like we all agreed, I think that the problem that this movie suffered from is it wanted to be, it couldn't decide whether it wanted to be an Alien movie or not, and just being in between just made it kind of suffer.
Were there any standout or noteworthy scenes that we haven't discussed that we want to touch on before we move on? I will say the dust storm thing, I do kind of like just them getting stuck outside and having to put on the suit and like strap on a line and jump over to him and pull him back.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good sequence that I enjoy. And when she has to run, when she's escaping, when the big ship first starts going and the giant orifice is opening up and she's got to like run along the, whatever you would call that little wing that's moving in.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise she'll fall.
I do want to give a shout out to Fifield, who is this like expert geologist with a series of drones that are able to almost instantaneously map out this tunnel, who still managed to get lost.
Yeah. What was the deal with that? I was so surprised that he was lost and he had a head start.
Yeah. They needed to get lost.
Very good point.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go over to the anatomy lab and talk about some scares and then get to the blood work. Did anything actually scare you in this?
Yes.
Ooh.
I do think, I guess I was just like creeped out, I guess.
Sure.
I'm grossed out
yeah.
by like, just like, especially the scene where they're getting close to that worm thing and kind of a worm face hunger mutation and going down their throat. That sequence was pretty gross.
Yeah, I would agree. That would probably be the only one that I could think of as a like borderline scary moment in this movie.
Yeah.
I feel I squirmed during the little octopus removal from the stomach scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Gets you squirmy for sure.
Like I said before, when all the goo drops into our open wound, that's what really makes me squirm. And then it gets stapled up.
Mm-hmm.
That goo just stapled up inside.
Make sure that goo
Yeah, make sure it
stays
stays in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Nothing else was standoutish for me, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about the blood.
It's time for the gore. Fatality.
Oof.
Yeah, there's not much. Like we said, in terms of like, we do get a gooey gore scene with, that sack thing being pulled out of her. We do get Fifield being
Fifield attack.
Is probably
that's kind of gory.
The goriest. I believe someone gets their face crushed. Someone's asphyxiated a few times. It looks like we got people.
Holloway before he's set on fire. I mean, it's not gore, but it's body horror kind of. It's grotesque.
We get the engineer who kind of fake wakes up or thinks it's waking up and then bursts his head.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Oh, that's fun.
We got people getting squished, but you don't see any of that. And then there's people like flying their ship into the ship and they blow up, but you don't see anything like that. And then
I'm gonna give intensity a 2 for moi.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
concur.
It was still doable.
Nice, solid 2. Consistency, what, a 1.5? 1?
I was gonna go with 1.
I was erring on the side of caution.
I 1.5 sounds right to. I don't know why, but 1.5 sounds right to me.
Sergio,
I'll go 1.5.
I feel like it's like
then 1.25 would be the average between us.
1.25,
a 3.25 on the Gorometer, which I believe, if I remember, the trivia said something about, I forget what country gave this essentially like a PG or PG-13 rating. Like it gave a very.
Damn.
Because it's really not that bad.
Everything's kind of like in dark. There's dark
France.
scenes.
It's probably France. I want to say it was like Canada or something.
All right, Canada.
French Canadian.
Would you like more gore? Do you think it works? Yeah, give me more.
More gore for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm not always the more gore guy, but come on.
Yeah, it needs it.
3.25.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
All right. We made it to the climax. Which is, where's my climax? Found it.
New soundbite.
So ultimately we get, I think it's like the big Wayland reveal and David taking Wayland into the ship to meet the engineers and them getting killed. And the start of all that. Because of course. Well, it's like the engineer was just like, you suck. I shall kill you.
Yeah.
The theories on it are like, he's kind of interested at first, but then realizes like, who is this? I hate this thing we created or something.
He's a puny mod.
This man is stupid and this android is an abomination, essentially, is what I read that it thinks.
So I want to get your thoughts on this, because we do see, like, we get the reveal later that like the engineer specifically was like targeting with his space GPS to go to Earth with the ship. Are we supposed to take from this scene that the engineer was able to tell that we were from Earth and therefore this is retaliation for us being there? Or is it that Earth is the only place that we seeded, and so like we're just going to go get rid of it? Or was it always their goal eventually? They just went to sleep first. Like, what's the right conclusion?
From what I understand is that they have been wanting to destroy. I think they were going to destroy humanity. They were aware of us and didn't like what we had become.
Okay, so we just took a nap first.
Yes.
Okay.
They needed a little breaky poo. They had to gather all that goo up to make their doomsday ship. That takes a lot of time and energy. You gotta
What were they running away from? When we see their like little
they were running
ghosts
and then they got decapitated.
They're running away like they're scared of something, and then the guy gets decapitated by the door.
I mean, I assumed that it was like one of the vases got released or something.
It's supposed to be something.
They turned on them. Yeah, but we never see it.
I think another one of those worm things.
I was wondering if whatever that is, that's why he seals himself in the thing. Like, this is the only way to be safe.
Maybe I think those worm things from before have just always been, these worms have always been around, and some of the goo got on a worm then and was doing shit. You know, so I got goo on my worm.
So we don't know though. We're just making up reasons.
Yes. I mean, we are.
You want to goo one of my worms?
No. Maybe it's in the movie, quote unquote, but yeah, I don't remember it.
Right.
The spaceship, the guy wants to fly it away. Idris Elba is like, not if I can help it. He's like, you with me, crew? They're all with him. They run into the ship.
Like, this isn't a military vehicle or whatever. There's no weapons aboard this ship.
And Charlize Theron has her own room as its own separate like escape ship or whatever.
Escape
pod. She runs off to do that, but that doesn't work out. And this is when we get the big rolling of the ship scene with Charlize Theron gets squashed. Our hero Shaw does not, and is chased around by an engineer for a little bit. So she releases the big squiddy tentacled alien creature.
Why would she open this up? As far as she knows, she killed that thing when the pod did its disinfection cycle.
No,
Didn't we see her look in the window and see like a big
This was
tentacle?
like a big move for her because she knew that was there. So in order to like
I must have missed it then.
Yeah, I think she pushed a button, and that's where like he gets grabbed by the big tentacle.
You're probably like, criticizing something else we had just seen, so you weren't totally focused on
maybe.
what
Very
was happening.
possible.
And you're like, back to the I get it. That's what this movie's full of it. So that thing attacks the engineer. Shaw gets David's head, and David's like, I can pilot these. I know what to do here. And if you want, we can go. Take me along and we'll go get some answers. She's like, hell yeah. I got some answers.
This is such a funny.
What else am I going to do?
She really wants to talk to the manager.
I really left this movie not knowing what I feel about David. At least me personally. I was like, oh, okay. Well, you're tagging along. Great. Sounds good. You're helping us.
I remember disliking him when I first saw this when it came out. But I liked him this time. I don't know why. He's just such kind of a nerd, if that makes sense, in an endearing way.
Yeah.
I think I can put a lot of the idea of the concept of almost a self-conscious android type of thing. I enjoy the idea, and I think he plays it very well. So I agree. I kind of like David for whatever reason.
He doesn't seem, even though he is a droid or whatever he is at this point, he doesn't seem like evil like we get like Ash or something.
He's poison our man.
But for science,
right, but
for science. as he was directed, more or less.
I still think he's like, he just doesn't seem bad. It's almost like, to me, like he didn't even know that was a bad thing to do.
But it's interesting because we talk about him as himself. We do get that moment of him dyeing his hair. Like him as a blonde is apparently a choice.
That's true.
So
after he watches Lawrence of Arabia, right? At the beginning.
Or whatever, he's touching up his roots or something. Like there's
I think that's what
I think that's just in that montage of like him like doing human like things.
Okay, doing stuff around the ship.
So I totally get those aspects, but I do think that there's a little bit of what that he knows it's wrong, because I think at some point when he's talking to Shaw, isn't he like, you have all the reason to not trust me? Like, I know. But I know what to do, because he also, the way that he was talking to her when they were like, oh, you're pregnant, and he makes these sly remarks about like, well, that's not a problem for you, or he says something towards her that was like, okay, we get it, this was your plan all along.
I do like that he was sassy about,
he's sassy.
the whole time.
I do. Well, because he was sassy towards the
He's definitely got some
Charlie
sass.
guy. I was like, okay, it's a good thing. I'm not a human.
Also, if anybody's holding my drink with their finger like in it the whole time,
I said the same thing.
I don't know what's.
I'm like, so we watched this guy. It's one thing to say like, okay, in general, a good rule of thumb is if you are in public and someone brings you a drink that you did not order in a glass that you did not see them pick up and a bottle that you did not see them already like open from sealed in front of you, you should probably not drink that. In this case, I could maybe excuse like, because maybe they can't imagine this idea that the android could be programmed to harm them in any way. But you watch him boop his finger in the glass when he gives it to you. I mean, maybe Holloway was just drunk enough that he didn't notice.
Yeah,
but it was a choice.
I don't know.
Maybe
androids back on Earth have a special little sweetener on their finger that they boop everyone's drink. And he's just expecting. He's like, I would actually like 2 boops, please. It's like
that's how robots cheers.
Sam, I'm going to say you never noticed when I booped your drinks, so still waiting for that thing to grow inside you.
Never complained either.
And then, of course, we get the lifeboat with the alien creature bursting out of the engineer's chest. Yada, yada, yada. And
I did like it, though. I thought that was cool.
I mean, yeah.
I do like the design of this alien because, they all look different depending on what they burst from. I like the look of the deacon.
But
alien.
it is giving like...
It's fully formed when it bursts out, though. It's like, I know they're big, but it's even bigger than you would expect.
Certainly is.
Yeah, because that.
But I guess it also came from a giant face hugger, the biggest one you've ever seen.
Giant
that thing has been
man.
read many different ways, so I can only imagine. But it did give me an MCU ending, kind of like Alien will return in the next movie.
Yeah. Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
We'll continue.
So, I mean, how do you feel about this ending here? I'm like, it seems kind of generic.
I mean, it does seem like fan service, but I can't help but love it.
Yeah, I think it was cool.
Oh, yeah? I'm fine. It doesn't do, like a lot of the movie, it doesn't do much for me.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, no, I mean, I just mean in the sense of like, we get the high action because they're outrunning the ship falling on them. And then we get this kind of little battle with the engineer. I'm like, all of that is just kind of fine to me. I do like the popping out thing. I think that is fun. But again, it's like, it was still always almost alien feeling. And like nothing ever felt like it really tied together, even this scene, into like the alien universe or something. I'm like, you're blue balling us here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just felt like I wasn't really connected to that story that Ridley Scott was trying to tell us.
Sure.
Like I get it on a surface level, but I was just like, I'm wanting something else from whatever you have here. So I wasn't, I was connected to the lead character, like Shaw. I was like, I was worried for her for most part of the finale and hoping that she does make it, even though she's gone through it. But I think just the plot didn't reach this climactic point and climactic finish that I kind of wanted, because I don't know, it just felt kind of random to me. And then the ending happened where I'm like, whoop whoop whoop! Like we got some sort of alien.
Oh, that's
shit.
right. It's an alien thing.
Movie. Yeah. I kind of felt good about it, and
it does make me sad to like now learn that was really more like the studio being like, we need to do something this in than Ridley Scott like including it as part of their like vision for this film. I kind of like the way that I'm thinking about this is like, you know, when you come up with an idea for a Halloween costume and you think it's going to be like so like smart and
but
funny,
no one gets it.
And then you have to spend the whole night explaining what it is because no one gets it when they look at it.
No, but like, this is about creation, guys.
This is what I think this movie is.
Well, actually, I feel like maybe Ridley Scott feels the same way about it that we do. He's like, yeah, I agree. I didn't get to make the movie I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, if I had gotten to make it, you would understand. All your complaints would be solved.
Probably.
Fair. Yeah.
Now, whether or not that's true, I'm sure he believes it.
It was supposed to just feel like a movie that's in the world of Alien and not connected to it is was the other part of what he really wanted to do.
But I mean, I guess if Blade Runner is also connected, maybe he's just like, yeah, my sci-fi movies all exist together.
There was supposed to be, because
it sounds like
in Blade Runner,
that is what he sounds
the
like.
corporation is like the Tyrell Corporation or something. There was supposed to be a direct reference to that company, I think, in here. With like either like Wayland buying it out or just like being like Wayland Tyrell. There was supposed to be like a very direct thing to it that just didn't happen. All right, what did we learn about this franchise now?
I don't even know how to say it. Make a movie that is a prequel but is not a prequel, that is kind of advertised that way but maybe not advertised that way.
Yeah.
And you have to force in stuff you don't want.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Probably say that on a lot of
I'll have what he's having.
movie fives in a franchise.
You wouldn't say that about the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Well, Fast Five's probably the best one.
I know, that's why you wouldn't say it.
Really? Okay.
It's time to get into our extra credit questions for tonight. First off, how would we survive? And are any of us being sacrificed?
Girl.
To the engineers, to the black goo,
I'll volunteer as tribute in a different way.
I honestly think we're blowing up with the ship. I feel like we're a crew on the ship that's not really seen, and we're just doing ship stuff.
I'm wondering how I'm even on here. I'm wondering what I do that can get me on this ship. Yeah. That's my
They needed like
thing.
a couple janitors, and we're like, sure. Do you want to go to? I'll go to space.
I've always wanted to.
Yeah, why not experience it? And then we're just
we're
like
probably we're indentured servants to Wayland.
And then we're on the ship, and we just hear that like, okay, we're gonna ram it into the thing. We're like, excuse me, we're gonna do what?
Check, please.
Can I get off real quick? Where'd the escape pod go?
Yeah, it's as we run up to the escape pod, that's gone.
There were at least 2 left.
I don't know.
Maybe.
If we're
It seemed
lucky.
like it was just her quarters.
Right?
Well, no, because her quarters were jettisoned, and her quarters were supposed to be like a functional escape pod on its own, but she ended up going to like the little mini escape pod, and there were 2 others next to her that were still there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. I don't even recall.
Same. That's
Not enough for the whole ship. Apparently, we still haven't learned from the Titanic in this universe, but
nah. People are expendable.
It's only 100 years later or 200 years later.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers the Titanic. Oh, what about that? Alien Titanic.
you know what?
I'm down.
What really
Yeah,
happened?
let's do it. Let's retcon.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it's-
That's what really took
Wait,
it
is
down.
Titanic in space or is the
And we get
aliens
James
on?
Cameron to do it again.
It's the aliens on Titanic. Yes, and we get James Cameron back. Oh my god, it's perfect. He knows both franchises so well.
It would be better. Nobody.
Nobody. That's what
Terminator versus Alien,
Titanic.
And somehow they crash into like the land in Avatar.
Mm-hmm. What is that called?
I have no clue.
Pandora.
Pandora,
Oh, yeah.
thank you.
I cannot bring myself to watch those movies.
Remember, people were like
I've never seen them.
depressed that they couldn't
Live there.
when it came
I
out.
remember
the
that
first
being
one.
a headline anyway.
I remember that being a thing. I remember I was at college at the time, and kids like at least pretending that they were experiencing it. Like, oh man, it's so great there.
What?
I only saw the first one in theaters and was like, well, this sucked. I haven't seen the other ones. But, obviously people like them. They do very well.
Apparently.
You do not want to be a Navi, right? Sigourney Weaver's in that too.
No, I want to
Oh,
be a
she
hopper.
is?
Oh, yeah,
Right.
she is. Kate
Yeah.
Winslet.
Sigourney Weaver from from the Avatar meets Ripley somehow. It's all connected.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Hero level 1 through 10. Elizabeth Shaw, right?
Yep.
That's her last name.
It is.
She is our hero.
She's tenacious.
Tenacity.
Yeah.
She's very tenacious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very.
I think going in that pod,
And doing
like
that?
hijacking it to do that to yourself.
Then all the
running
shit she
away,
does
doing
after
the
that.
things. And she's not even done. She's like, I'm going to go track these fools down and be like, make them give me answers. I mean, I I could give her a 5, to be honest.
I want to deduct a point because this didn't kick in until 2/3 of the way through the movie. Up until then, we were making some questionable choices.
Okay, that's fair. Because I wouldn't have expected to give her a 5 before talking through it just now. So I'm fine with that. So what did you say? 4?
Yeah, I'd give her 4. I think that she earned the 4, but I think she earned the point deduction as well.
Yeah. I also just like her character, I think I was very much on her side for most of the movie.
So what do you give her? Tenacity?
4.5.
Oh, right down the middle?
I'd say let's right down the middle at 4.5.
All right down the middle, 4.5.
Nice.
Iconography. I would have a hard time recognizing her. Maybe if she was wearing like underwear with her belly stapled.
That like very Alice looking outfit that she had while she was walking around.
The Fifth Element type shit.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, because even with like the spacesuit, it'd be hard to recognize her too. Like everything's just kind of.
It's not strong.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, I give it like a 2 or a 1.5 even.
I'll go with 1.5.
I'm good with 1.5 also.
Sure, let's do 1.5.
That gives her a 6.
Indeed. So let's check out our engineers as our villains, I guess.
I would say they're the villain.
Yeah.
More so than the alien. You know what I mean? They're the ones causing all the problems for sure. It's not like, Wayland Yutani's the real villain.
Yeah, we know
it's
that.
Like,
yeah. But
no, this is right. Yeah.
Who's causing the issues? Who's chasing at the end? It's an engineer.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue this is like the movie in which Wayland Yutani is the least of a villain.
Yeah, there's really
presumably
absolutely. They don't go with the corporate bad guy thing at all in this, and we have Wayland himself.
I mean, you just have to assume at this point, there's no ethical billionaire.
I mean, and this person is a trillionaire. Yeah,
yeah, definitely no ethical trillionaires.
Well, I'm sure in the future they're all great.
Sam's a big billionaire guy.
I'm a big future trillionaire guy.
Power level of these things. I mean, seemingly they're bigger and muscular and a little bit powerful in that way, but
yeah,
they seem pretty
more advanced science.
Yeah, but they're killable. I mean, they
are killable.
Mm-hmm.
True. We saw them running.
They're scared of something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen them dissolve a couple times.
I mean, Shaw,
2.
it was barely a fight. She was smart about it. All she needed to be smart about it, and he was down.
I mean, it was holding off those strong tentacles for a minute. So, I mean, it took like a big, strong tentacled thing to really take down the one that we saw fighting. So they are pretty strong. Sure. So, yeah, 2.5.
But then he drinks water and gets disintegrated.
Well, it wasn't water.
whatever it was.
It was disintegrating goo. I think it's supposed to be the black goo.
Disintegrating.
It takes your skin off. Just your skin.
Yeah, that's some yucky goo.
2.5, I think.
That's what I said too. Horror Bandwagon.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. And how iconic are they? I'd say they're definitely more, at this point,
I mean,
relatively compared to a lot of things we've seen.
If I hadn't watched it recently, I wouldn't necessarily remember it was from Prometheus. But it is.
But would you know it's from Alien?
More recognizable,
like the Alien world is what
I don't even know. I'd remember that.
Yeah,
I mean, like that looks familiar.
I don't know how I could say with a straight face that like this is iconic if you hold it up against the xenomorphs from like basically every other movie in this franchise.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. I kind of find it iconic. I like the design. I like the muscles, but besides that, I think. That's the main thing that I remembered from this movie was like, there's these giant,
muscly big guys,
very guys.
Don't know what they do, but like they're part of it. So I do think at least for this movie in particular, it is the most iconic thing about it.
Sure,
that sticks out for this movie. I was like, I think Prometheus. I think these guys.
And I do think if there was an 8 foot tall buff thing like this walking around a con, I do think
that's the thing for
good amount of at least half amount of people would recognize it.
And I would certainly know it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And who knows how long it'll take me to forget what it's from.
Right. So I'd be safe.
I'd go like probably 2.5 as well.
Yeah. What I was going to say.
Go ahead.
I'm going to 3.
I'm sticking with 2.5.
2 point.
Call it a 2.6. Whoa.
Why not? We've been getting crazy with the numbers lately.
So that's a 5.1.
I like it.
Which is not as powerful as our hero at a 6. So she's 0.9 stronger. And that's
Hell
why.
yeah.
That tracks. We did defeat
That's
them.
what happens.
And she's gonna go chase him down. Not only defeat him, but unlike every other alien movie where they're like, I hope I never see those things again. She's like,
no.
I'm gonna go find these guys.
I mean, yeah. She didn't have to face a xenomorph. Xenomorph's a lot scarier.
That's true. Yeah.
Do you think Shaw and Ripley would get along? Do you think they'd be working together well?
Hard to say.
I want to see Shaw and Ripley talking about their experiences together.
Yeah.
And Shaw just like, oh my God, they're like these big, like Greek Adonis things. And they were just like, it was trying to fight me, but like it was this big and muscular. And Ripley's like, have I got something to tell you? Did yours try to like rape you with its face?
Boy, have I got a hell of a week to tell you about.
I do think that Ripley would be on her ass about like trusting a robot and be like, what, did you not see the signs?
I feel like Ripley wouldn't like her necessarily. Yeah. Like her whole reasoning and everything she's doing and going and what she's on. Ripley's like, you shouldn't be messing with any of this. What are you doing?
Ooh,
she ultimately feels too corporate for Ripley. You know what I mean?
I would say so. She's got a bit too much of that Weyland-Yutani ambition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, Ripley's just a space trucker.
And Ripley would have tried to enforce the contagion protocol. I'm going to keep coming back.
She would have
to
gotten along with Charlize Theron then. Enforce the contagion protocol.
I think she would have agreed with Charlize Theron on one particular point. Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
And but I think she would have figured out a way to humanely get rid of what's his face, not
Charlie.
just burn him alive.
Mm-hmm. You run him over.
And that's what makes Ripley.
No.
Yeah,
I miss her already. Like I miss her in this.
We're gonna do this humanely. Get the buggy. Bam.
You power on one of those thruster jets and just throw them in that. That's real quick
I'll
incineration.
take you out quick.
Presumably.
There you go. I like that. Can you climb up into that jet? All right. Should it have a sequel? And what is your sequel? It has a sequel.
It should have a sequel, and that sequel should have been Alien. This is going to be one of those movies, and we've had movies like this on the podcast before, where like I feel like we just rewrote it better through our discussions of it than the movie itself. And now I'm disappointed because we didn't get that would have been such a better movie to have watched.
I agree.
I think what we're going to kind of come to is I think Alien Covenant and Prometheus maybe should have almost been combined in a better sense to make one movie out of it. I think there's ideas from both that I think that work well. Yeah. So,
and it's got David and Shaw in it, right?
Not much.
Okay.
It's Danny McBride's in it. I'll say that.
Oh.
So it's a bit Alien Resurrection.
So there you go. I think they try to, you'll see. We'll get there.
Okay.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Sequel though, I mean, I guess I would want to follow Shaw into and see what she does.
I like the idea of her going around with his David head on some sort of adventure.
Yeah.
Adventures
change
with
the
David
tone.
Head.
Maybe make it lighter, just faster, more interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tonal change though, like they have all had up till this.
Sure.
And including this.
Yeah, this certainly has a tonal change, but is it good?
That is the question.
All right. So what prop do we want for the crypt? I think a David head would be great. Or the crypt.
David head would be
yeah.
Great. Goo pot.
Oh, a goo pot. Definitely.
Goo vase.
I want the squishy things. I want that. Actually, I want that whole
egg button.
desk.
Yeah. What if that was like your little center?
That would be cool.
Maybe a helmet. I mean, I don't need much.
I like the spacesuits. I
I'm
like
a simple
the
man.
designs of those.
You know, that's Idris Elba's accordion from Prometheus.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I would take that super advanced, one of a kind medical pod. Just personal use
it's
for
fully
later.
functioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Scary.
Why didn't I think of that? At the midnight showing, what are you throwing?
Black goo.
Black
Yeah,
goo. That's very good.
It'll get sticky, but it's fine.
Flames.
Throw a little like rubber snakes, like the not the not face hugger things, whatever they're called.
Yes. You could throw gummy worms during the worm when you see those worms. Or any kind of worm.
Once her stomach gets stapled, you could throw band-aids.
That's a good
And when
or
the goo
staples.
falls in-
Oh, yeah.
And when it's getting stapled, you could yell, "But the goo's still in there."
Don't you need to clean it out? Great. What is the concession vessel for the movie?
I like the name concession vessel.
I mean, the
need the-
vase is too easy.
I want the replica of the
The-
engineer head.
Oh, I mean, that would be good. I was gonna say the squid thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stick your hand in it.
Yeah.
It's also whatever.
I would want a face of
Fuckable,
like.
fuckable.
I want the face of Charlie at like his end, but it's like a soda. It's a soda cup, so it's like you're
It's like
sucking
a
the
slushy, maybe.
poison out of him.
That'd be a good like they do a black goo slushy.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. And that's what the vase is. The vase is the
yes. Yep.
Oh,
cup.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
Bangle, bangle, bong.
I only want your fingers.
Should we all cut our fingers open and bleed on it?
Can you wrap your fingers around this?
I'll take a Voorhees burger and a slide of Jason's fingers.
Show them.
On this show, we use a grading scale of 0 to 5 points. Each point represents a different quality about a movie. These ratings are intended to be subjective on how we feel and not objective about the movie's
How we
goodness or
don't feel.
badness. Yeah, you know what I mean. Engaging, sticky, stuffable cockles are what we go through and rewatchable. Ross did send in, we got a beamed in transmission from Ross, so I'm going to go ahead and read his first. Engaging. So engaging, I'm going to give the full 1. This movie gives so much info that previously was just fan theory that I sink my second mouth, tongue, fangs into it every time I watch it. Sticky is going to get a 0.75. There's a lot about this movie I remember, but there are some plot points I forgot upon rewatching it. But most of the movie is helmet-fused, proton, face-hugging, sticky. Stuffable. That's going to get a 0.75. Like, this movie rules, but for me, I'd really like to have a xenomorph. I'd like to have a xenomorph on my merch, but I can't deny that the creatures in this are frickin' brutal, and there is so much fun stuff to do. Frickin', this is Canadian now. How about a Prometheus version of Operation, but you have to remove the alien fetus from Shaw? Oh, actually, a Prometheus version of Don't Wake Daddy, but it's the engineer.
I like both of these ideas.
Yeah.
Cockles, going to give a 0.75 because we get backstory, some brutal body horror, and some fucking great cast and acting. It's a fun ride the whole time, and the engineers are fucking, as our fucking creators, took the cake for me. Fuck it, it gets the 1. Just typing this made me think how good the concepts are in this for me.
Oh man, we needed you here.
Rewatchable is also going to get 8.75. Sci-fi horror in my house comes on less than other subgenres, but if I'm in the mood for a sci-fi film, this is in my top to put on. I'm taking 0.25 away because when I watch this, I have to put on the first Alien right after it. Haha. I don't know why. So knowing this, I won't watch it unless I could fit both films into the watch. So I think that gives me a 4, and I think I'm going to keep it there for now. Definitely has room to grow, much like whatever the hell popped out of the engineer at the end of the movie. Love the lore explanation, our creation explanation, and just the world it builds on top of an already amazing world. It's in.
Uh-huh. Very
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. I assume you would like me to go now.
And then 0.75. It's actually a 4.25, Ross. So there you go.
Oh, that happened last time too.
I believe so. So it's a 4.25 from Ross. I'll go next, and then I'll let you go, Sam. I got this.
Okay.
Engaging, I'll probably give a 0.75. I mean, I'm pretty engaged, and I do enjoy like looking at it. It's a nice little watch. I'm kind of looking for things because at this point I'm like, I think there is so much I feel that's stupid about it that I'm letting my mind wander and do the fun stuff, but I'm still engaged with what's happening to make me think that. 0.75. Sticky, probably a 0.5. I remember the engineers and stuff. I remember the ideas of this movie, but necessarily everything in the movie, that's a little bit harder. Stuffable, I'll give it the 0.5 just because I'm wearing the shirt. But I kind of almost got it for the bit of having a shirt every time we were doing this.
Different alien shirt. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cockles, I'm going to give it probably, let's give it a 0.75 for right now. I'm trying to see what it does to my score. And that's because, again, I like the sci-fi nature. It goes back to how looking at it, that's one of the things I like about sci-fi worlds is whatever it is, the alienness of it. And I enjoy some of the monsters. I enjoy some of the things, but it definitely doesn't quite get me there because it doesn't fully feel like an alien movie. But rewatchable, I'll probably give a 0.25. This is my, at this point, I don't really need to see this again. If someone's like, oh, I need to watch this, I'll be like, okay, I'll watch it with you if we're together, but
yep.
I don't necessarily need to. So that gives me a 2.75, which I think is fair.
Cool.
And that's my opinion.
Very fair. All right, happy with it. Cool.
Yeah, I'm happy. I was thinking around a 3. So that works.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to go engaging. 0.75 is just, dull at times. And I think part of it is something about the pacing being off because I like slow burns generally, so it's not like the quietness of it or there's just something about it doesn't work for me. Sticky, I'm going to give a 0.25 because I doubt I'll ever, who knows when the next time I'll watch it again, if ever is. And I have a feeling I'll one day get to a point where I was going into this watch, which we already discussed of, just remembered being kind of bored and disappointed. Stuffable, I'll go 0.25 just because it's an alien thing. So, I mean, perhaps there could be something, but
sure,
I don't plan on ever getting anything. Cockles, I will give a 0.52. It does some sci-fi stuff I like pretty well, but I'm not that interested otherwise. And then rewatchable is going to be a 0.25 because just like you, Brian, if somebody wants to watch it, I would, but other than that, I doubt I'll ever see this again. And that gives me a 2 out of 5, which is lower than I thought I would be, but fuck it.
Thank you, Sam.
I thought it'd be closer to a 3 as well, to be honest.
Sure. All right, Sergio, you're going to go first.
Cool. I'm actually really interested to see how this turns out because even right now, I don't know where I'm going to land. So engaging, I will say, because I had this feeling of it being slow and not interesting before I came in with that expectation, that I think it did surprise me at how invested I was but maybe that is also me just trying to piece together the plot as it goes along. But I will give it a 1. I was very highly engaged. I think even though it is a slow burn at parts, and I think that's where it's like the pacing is just really off, I still managed to really be connected to it from beginning to end. Sticky, I'm going to give it a 0.5. I think there are elements of this movie that really stick out in the best ways. I think some of it just is reminiscent. Like if I don't know like the motivations of like Ridley Scott and what he wanted to do and all that stuff. If I take that away, I think there are elements that are very alien-esque, which I really appreciate. And those are the things that stick out to me and are things that I'm going to remember from this movie as opposed to everything else. So 0.5 for Sticky. T-shirtable, stuffable, I wouldn't mind it. I think if it was something like a really cool design that included the engineers and all like the monster figures that we saw here, along with Shaw in her like outfit that I like in this one, I think I would buy something similar to that. Even like collectibles that are like that. But like we've mentioned so many cool collectibles from the past four movies that I was like that were so cool to talk about that I feel like this doesn't get me as excited. So I think this one's going to be. Did everybody say it?
No,
I forgot. 0.5.
What is it going to be?
0.5.
0.5 for the stuffable.
Yeah. Cockles. I think I'm going to put 0.25 because I feel like this. I feel like this movie gives me kind of very generic movie that was coming around this time, which is just like sci-fi, clean, trying to look futuresque. We're in a different world that looks very CGI-ish. Like I think there was a lot of these kind of movies coming around this time, and I feel like that fits right into it. Even though it does look great, I think I just don't get that feeling that I felt for the previous four movies. Like as of right now, I think I would prefer to watch Alien 3 over this movie, even though I think I was more engaged to this movie. I think at least the other one had an alien figure and Sigourney Weaver. So I think just that in itself is something that like really affects me. And I told that comparison to like Star Trek that even though I've never seen Star Trek, I think I got the reference that you were making because I feel like all these characters just seem like they're being stereotypes of people who are in these kind of movies. And the original one, at least the first two, just felt like we were really just seeing humans like truly be their own character, which I really liked. So for Cockles, I think I said 0.25.
0.25.
Right?
Yep.
All right. Yep. And rewatchable, I don't know. I was very surprised by it, but I think like now thinking about watching it again, I think I wouldn't jump to it, but I wouldn't mind it either. Just kind of like you guys, I guess. So I'm going to give it a 0.5.
Sounds good. That gives you a 2.75.
Okay. I'm okay
Feel
with that.
good about that?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a 3, but
I think that's what a lot of us.
It's close.
Yeah. Cody. Your turn.
So I'm gonna like preface all my scores by saying like I usually when we're coming into like covering a movie with all of you, like there are some times where like Sergio and I both like know we're gonna be coming in this as like the defenders against no offense,
sure.
Sam, but Sam.
It's fine. Justice for Alien Resurrection.
And I honestly really expected this movie to kind of be like that. And sometimes we come in here and then through the course of discussion of the show,
we see the
like
facts.
Yeah, like my opinion really changes about the movie. So with engaging, I do still think I'm gonna give this a 1 because I do like I can't help but love like a really heavy, like deep sci-fi movie. And like in that respect, I really enjoyed this film. And I do also think that, you know, even though my memory of the movie before was really nothing other than remembering the engineer and just kind of being disappointed, I think now rewatching it, knowing like the rest of the franchise, because when I watched it before, it was kind of like completely in isolation. Like I think that helps me a little bit to know some of the backstory. So I think I'm going to give engaging a 1. I think Sticky, I am struggling to even give it a 0.5 because nothing stuck with me from the last time. I think I'm going to bump it up from a 0.25 to a 0.5 only because my rewatch of it now, I think more things are going to stick with me going forward. Like I like some of the ideas that we explored, even if we really didn't execute on them well. So I'm going to leave that at a 0.5. I think for t-shirtable, for stuffable, I'm gonna give this a 0.75. I can't beat Ross's ideas of like the
good.
operation with the like. That's so cool.
Sure.
I think my t-shirt idea is I would want like those like joke t-shirts where you like have the abs painted on the t-shirt. I would want the like engineer body on the t-shirt.
Oh,
maybe
nice. That's
maybe
excellent.
like with some of the like black like vein stuff like coming across it, like it just drank the black goo. And the other thing that I think I would want, other than obviously like, since this is the one movie where we really get the engineers, I think having an action figure of an engineer would be cool. I actually would be down for like a more like put together like mini statuette thing of the engineer fighting the giant octopus thing at the end, a very like action style. Like I could, that would be a cool collectible to add like to our background.
Sure.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So I'd be down for that. So that's a 0.75. For cockles, I think that, I was expecting to come in and give this a 1 because of how much I really enjoyed the movie when we watched it. I'm gonna put it down to a 0.5 because I can't help but like more in the movie that could have been if we had just like let this be a proper prequel. It honestly feels to me like an early requel in the way that it was like written and still try to like be like a prequel but not quite, and like still try to do its own thing. Like I don't know if it just suffers from the mismatch between what Ridley Scott wanted and what the studio wanted, and all the ways that just clashed when it came together, or if it's just because the whole like requel formula hadn't really been perfected in the way that it is today. That like
perfected now, though.
I mean, I'm using perfected in heavy air quotes.
There have been some good ones.
But that like there have been some good requels now, and I think that it maybe if it was made with kind of that lens today, maybe. But because I now know what the movie could have been and wasn't, I think I'm going to make Cockles a 0.5.
Okay.
And then rewatchable, I'm still going to give it a 1. I'm definitely going to rewatch this movie. I'll even just like say, because separate from the fact that this is part of the Alien franchise, like as a standalone movie, I did enjoy it. And I think that I could watch it and just headcanon the things that I want to be true about the movie in as a like Rogue One style prequel for Alien, and watch the two together like Ross. So I think that I'm going to get a 1 for that. That should put me at a 3.75.
Sure does.
Wow.
And that feels right for me.
Wow.
Wow.
Fantastic.
I will agree with you because I had a great time watching it. And then when we got here, boom, everything we learned about it. We're like, well,
like
okay.
I kind of view this as one of those movies where like I have to kind of turn my brain off a little bit because I'm so frustrated by the sheer lack of like scientific accuracy to a lot of these things. But I can kind of turn my brain off a little bit and just enjoy the movie for what it is, in the same way that like I enjoy the Star Wars prequels for like just being a fun movie to watch if you don't think too hard about how it fits into the bigger picture.
I had to turn my brain on during it. I'm like trying to. Okay,
wait, what's happening?
Whoa,
Come on, brain. Groovy.
Yeah. Is it our turn to speak?
Nope.
No, I'm kidding.
So now we're gonna see what our study buddies have to say over in the Discord. Didn't get a whole lot on this one. We got Trevor jumping in. He says it's a 10. I'll meet whoever wants to dispute that at the Waffle House. Well, I guess in a scale of 10, I gave it a 4, but I'll meet you for lunch.
Dave says, I've seen this twice, but last watch was a decade plus. My last rating would be an 8, so I'd say B+. I'm due a revisit. Thank you.
Sure. And then we have T-Boo jumping in. This might be a 10. I'll try to rewatch it before you record.
He did not. And how does this compare to other scores of the Goo Book? This gives it a 3.0, which is a C+ on our old rating here. Now, I do have a few other stats for you.
I know I'm really dragging it. Sorry, I know I'm really dragging it down, and I thought I would have been a 3, but at the same time, it coming out to a 2, I'm like, fine. I guess I maybe don't really like it that much. Like that's kind of where I'm at with this movie. You know what I mean? It's It's very interesting that mostly everyone was just like kind of forgot about this movie or like hasn't seen it in a long time.
I mean, the study buddies seem to like it a lot, quite a bit.
Yeah, and Ross.
And me.
And
I give it a 3.75.
That's true.
Yeah.
In my heart, I thought it was going to be a 3 for me.
So you guys, your average score between the two of you was a 3.25, and our average altogether is a 3.1. It would be a C plus. It still sits at a
C plus,
almost the same as the student score. A 3.0. We also have that for Bone Tomahawk, Black Sabbath, and the original Friday the 13th.
Oh,
so there you have it.
Circles around. We were just talking about that.
Not many, huh?
No, not so much. And that's going to go ahead and conclude this episode of Students of Horror. If you're enjoying the show and want to stay connected, you know how to follow us. But more importantly, thank you guys yet again for hanging out so late.
No, of course. We'll do anything for you guys.
Yeah, wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
We're super excited to go on these journeys, good or bad.
They're fun both times, both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
either
always
way.
fun.
Either way.
So yeah, we'll throw links to all of their stuff in the show description below. Follow us. You know how to get at everything. Do it.
Students of Horror on Instagram and Threads. Follow Ross Purvis on Instagram. Follow Machete Sam and Bird Witch on Letterboxd. Check out what we're watching. Want to hang out with us and fellow members of the study group? Join the Discord, become part of the community. There's a link to all that gooey goodness in the show description.
And until next time, keep goo out of your wounds.
Ooh.